Good Wednesday, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Conversation Daily News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. Of course, you have your news headlines coming up on this hump day. We have the truth of the day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich. And in today's Entertainment Spotlight, you've been part of my conversation with recording artist Nathaniel Kimble. You don't want to miss that. Enjoy today's broadcast. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with their Wednesday headlines. In international news, Russia pours in more troops and presses attack in the east. Russia assaulted cities and towns along a boomerang-shaped front hundreds of miles long and poured more troops into Ukraine on Tuesday in a potentially pivotal battle for control of the country's eastern industrial heartland of coal mines and factories. If successful, the Russian offensive in what is called the Donbas would essentially slice Ukraine in two and give President Putin a badly needed victory following the failed attempt by Moscow's forces to storm the capital Kyiv and heavier than expected casualties nearly 2 months into the war. The eastern cities came under deadly attack, and a hospital was reportedly shelled in the southern town. Russia also said it struck areas around other cities of the Donbas with missiles. The Russian Defense Ministry said Moscow's forces bombarded numerous Ukrainian military sites, including troop concentrations and missile warhead storage depots in and around several cities or villages. Those claims could not be independently verified by the Associated Press. In what both sides described as a new phase of the war, the Russian assault began Monday along a front stretching more than 300 miles from northeastern Ukraine to the country's southeast. Ukraine's military said Russian forces tried to break through our defenses along nearly the entire front line. Weeks ago, after the abortive Russian push to take Kyiv, the Kremlin declared that its main goal was the capture of the mostly Russian-speaking Donbas, where Moscow-backed separatists have been fighting Ukrainian forces for 8 years. A Russian victory in the Donbas would deprive Ukraine of the industrial assets concentrated there, including mines, metals, plants, and heavy equipment factories. A senior U.S. defense official, speaking on condition of anonymity to discuss the Pentagon's assessments of the war, said the Russians had added 2 more combat units, known as battalion tactical groups, in Ukraine over the preceding 24 hours. That brought the total number of units in the country to 78, all of them the south and the east, up from 65 last week. That would translate to about 55,000 to 62,000 troops, based on what the Pentagon said at the start of the war was a typical unit strength of 700 to 800 soldiers. But accurately determining Russia's fighting capability at this stage is difficult. A European official, likewise speaking on condition of anonymity to discuss military assessments, said Russia also had 10,000 to 20,000 foreign fighters in the Donbas. They were a mixture of mercenaries from Russia's private Wagner group and Russian proxy fighters from Syria and Libya, according to the official. In national news, Biden launches $6 billion effort to save distressed nuclear plants. The Biden administration is launching a $6 billion effort to rescue nuclear power plants at risk of closing, citing the need to continue nuclear energy as a carbon-free source of power that helps to combat climate change. A certification and bidding process opened Tuesday for a civil nuclear credit program that is intended to bail out financially distressed owners or operators of nuclear power reactors, the U.S. Department of Energy told the Associated Press shortly before the official announcement. It's the largest federal investment in saving financially distressed nuclear reactors. Owners or operators of nuclear power reactors that are expected to shut down for economic reasons can apply for funding to avoid closing prematurely. The first round of awards will prioritize reactors that have already announced plans to close. In more national news, flyers and subway riders shed masks or told feel free to burn them. A pilot declared over the loudspeaker on a cross-country Delta Airlines flight that passengers were no longer required to wear a mask, eliciting cheers from the cabin and prompting some on board to immediately toss their face coverings onto their seats. Feel free to burn them at will, a train conductor told New Jersey commuters Tuesday. Other passengers were confused, startled, and angered by the abrupt change. However, especially those who booked trips in the belief that their unvaccinated children will be traveling in a mask environment. Major airlines and airports in places like Dallas, Atlanta, Los Angeles, and Salt Lake City quickly switched to a mask-optional policy. In business news, Netflix shares dropped 23% after it loses 200,000 subscribers. Netflix's video streaming service suffered the first loss in worldwide subscribers in its history, leading to a massive sell-off of its shares. The company's customer base fell by 200,000 subscribers during the January to March period. According to a quarterly report released on Tuesday, its stock dropped by 23% in aftermarket trading. And finally, in more business news, tech stocks rally after an early loss, leading market higher. Stocks overcame a weak start and finished broadly higher Tuesday, giving the major indexes on Wall Street their best day in nearly 5 weeks. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's now time for the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich. Mary Ellen, take it away.
Hi, this is Mary Ellen with your Truth of the Day. Keep hope alive. Hope gives you strength to move forward, especially when it seems like the odds are stacked against you. Hope is the spark to keep your dreams alive. When you pull the plug on hope, you give up motivation, resolve, or any reason for you to stick with your dream or your goal. No matter what the situation, good or bad, everything will play out to your best possible outcome when you keep thoughts of hope and success in your heart. Allow hope to flourish, even through thoughts of distrust and despair. This spark of hope gives you strength to move forward with enthusiasm, allowing thoughts of distrust and despair to fall away. Today, be hopeful, even when facing great challenges, as you go about and enjoy the day.
Recording artist Nathaniel Kimble is featured in today's Entertainment Spotlight. We're here on Conversation Daily News. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with the Entertainment Spotlight. Recording artist Nathaniel Kimble rejoined me on Conversations Live, the radio show, to talk about his career and the year that's been 2022 so far. Here's a bit of our conversation.
You've been busy already this year. We touched bases at the end of last year. You already had a lot going on. What has it been like for you to see the way that 2022 is shaping up for you, Nathaniel?
And the shows are steady coming. I mean, I'm having fun doing it, and my fans know I'm having fun when I got that microphone. People, they steady calling for concerts. They're trying to do doubles in some places, but I can't make doubles. They're too far out. And I've been just about want to rent a helicopter and fly there just not to miss the show. I'm just loving this stuff. It's fun. I love doing it. It makes me feel good.
How does that feel to be doing something that you love?
I mean, I'm getting the energy from my fans, and that's what keeps me going. I've been doing it for 22 years now. Me and Sir Charles started at the same time. He was like, man, I'm going to be Johnny Taylor, and you be Tyrone Davis. I was like, really? Yeah, we just get together. Sometimes we be on the same show together. We just talk about it and look back over the years that we went through, and the good days and the bad days. Because in this business, every day ain't going to be no sunshiny day. You'll hit some bumps in the road, but you got to keep going, So that's part of the business, and yeah, got to hold your head up and get tough with it.
What has that been like for you, though, to be back out there, though, to be able to meet people again after we were kind of separated from each other for a while?
Yeah, it was hard for a minute, man. I was about to lose my mind. I sitting up in the house, can't go nowhere. You got to put a mask on. You got to go to the moon and back. I'm like, wait a minute here, man. Something got to happen. I got to make some money. I'm losing a lot of money. I can't get out and make no money. It was really kind of tough. It was tough. I'm gonna be honest. It was tough, and just you can't get out there and mingle with your peoples. It was really hard.
Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning in to this edition of Conversation Daily News. Prepare to get on tomorrow more news, Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and of course your Entertainment Spotlight. Until then, I'm your host Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversation Daily News today. Let's make it a great one.